And what kind of beer are we brewing, Dave? What did we decide on?
A Mango Chile IPA.
Mango Chile IPA.
One good thing about having 33 beers on tap, we can brew whatever we want.
We're making a Mango Chile IPA.
So we're going to use a Genie Pale barley, and we're also going to use a 2-row out of Montana Select. Here.
Cool.
So we got grain, but the problem is the endosperm inside here, the starchy inside, is where we're going to get our sugars from.
Okay.
So we have to crack all this. To expose it. That's what the mill does. The mill gently cracks it. We dial it in just to lightly crack it, and then it'll go through the auger and up and into our mash tub. That leads right in there, up into the mash tub. So the water's coming into this. So as the grain falls through here, it's going to get everything wet. So we got the brew day, then we have the addition days for hops and chili, and then we have kegging day.
Perfect. But this is all just like filtered. You got like a really good filtration system in here?
No.
No? It's just Aurora water?
Yeah.
Aurora water is supposed to be...
It's the #1 brewing water in the country. Obviously, we don't want to stick any hands in there.
No hands in the mill. Got it. Don't put your hands in the mill.
Put your hands in the mill. And we've got 310 pounds of malted grain and then 50 pounds of flake wheat.
That's a lot of pounds.
And now we're just gonna get her blended in.
Are you using both tanks?
Yeah, so this is the mash tun. This is the boil kettle behind us.
Mash tank and then the boil kettle.
Yeah. And then bioglucanase helps with the conversion over.
Conversion over?
Yeah, remember we're turning starch into sugar.
Starch
so we're converting over the alpha and betas.
That's right, okay. The sugar is what converts into alcohol.
Sugar is what makes alcohol.
Right.
Yeast converts sugar into alcohol. Byproduct is CO2. So now we're just stirring in lactic acid, bioglucanase, and now we're gonna rest.
So that's what it looks like before it rests. It smells fantastic. I think people that are like off-put by the smell.
Sometimes, yeah, but they just don't understand what's going on.
It has, I don't know how to explain how it smells. It has a very, how would you explain that? It's
Almost
unique.
like oatmeal?
Oatmeal kind
Yeah,
of?
like oatmeal.
Yeah, without the like fruit or sugar in it. It has that very, yeah, almost a doughy kind of.
like a bread.
Like a bread.
Yeah.
Minus the yeast.
We're gonna start this. So we're coming out of the mash tun into the grant, out of the grant into the pump, out of the pump into the VEC, the calandria, up through the calandria, back into the mash tun.
Interesting.
So you can take a look at it right now. You see how cloudy it is through there?
Yep.
As we get going, as this thing runs for 20 to 40 minutes, that's gonna clear up.
Okay.
Crystal clear.
3 burritos for $9. What is this, 2004?
Yeah, I know, right?
So all these fermenting tanks are named after vessels that have landed on the moon. So you got Eagle, Intrepid, Orion, Challenger. What's that one?
Falcon.
Falcon.
And then Ceres.
That's awesome.
So yeah, all the 6 lunar landers that actually touch the surface. Canadian 6
So that's cool. All the fermenting tanks are named after the 6 lunar landers that have touched on the moon. The material from shuttle tiles in here. So this is material from an actual space shuttle?
Yeah, that's a tile.
This is that stuff that doesn't get hot, essentially, right?
Right. Yeah, so the whole white part of the space shuttle is this.
You'd think it's like metal or concrete, but
And then we've got these from
almost weighs
the
nothing.
ISS, the International Space Station.
So these are actually from the International Space Station. You got pineapple drink. It's funny it's called pineapple drink.
Yeah.
Tea with sugar. What is this one? Lemonade.
Lemonade. And then some of it's in Russian.
Kona coffee. But this was actually in space. These were in space.
Mm-hmm.
That's pretty cool. So what is this? So this actually says best wishes from one launch pad to another.
Yep. That's the crew of the STS-123. So I have a good friend that used to be in the military, Air Force with the commander. And he had this done for us and printed up.
That's awesome.
Signed it to us, so yeah.
So cool. So Dave just got done cleaning the fermenter. And this is gonna hold our entire batch.
Yep.
So, in this fermenter, are you going to add more volume to it when it's done?
No.
Or is this the total volume of the beer that
That's
we're
the
brewing?
total volume.
Total volume of the beer we're brewing. And this is 8 barrels?
7.
7 barrels.
7 barrels, but we're on a 5-barrel brew house, but the extra head space allows us to do adjuncts and fun stuff without blowing it out.
And how many kegs would that equal? Like a traditional keg?
This would be 10 half-barrel kegs.
10 half-barrel kegs. Maybe I'll put some math on the side here, how many pints that is. This is 15.5 gallons. It's like college all over again.
To 164 degrees.
Does that have anything to do with bacteria?
No.
This is just cooking.
Yep. So what we're doing is we're stopping the conversion process.
Okay.
So now that we've mashed and we've converted everything, all the sugar's over, we're going to bring that temperature up to stop the conversion process and to rinse the sugar off of the grain and get as much sugar as we can.
Cool.
And then we'll have a brewer's tea.
The brewer's tea. I've been hearing about brewer's tea.
Yep.
Dave says if you know, you know.
But look how clear it's gotten.
Oh yeah. And that has a lot more of that IPA looking color.
Yeah.
This is obviously my first time brewing beer, and there is a lot of cooking aspects in this. A lot of temperature stuff, a lot of measurements, a lot of ingredients. I'm so excited for this to turn out. I cannot wait. I think of Vandyland. It's a Vandyland IPA. This is one of my favorites from here.
What?
This is the Shoulders of Giants Double IPA.
What?
Start the transfer.
Yep, from the mash tun over to the boil kettle.
Over to the boil kettle. Oh yeah, there we go. There's our beer. I think I've always heard that an IPA was made because of the travel from Europe to India. And so they had to make it stronger so it would survive the trip.
It's not that it had to be stronger.
Okay.
Hops are what preservative.
Okay.
So they would add more hops in to preserve the beer
For the trip.
For the trip. So not necessarily stronger, but the hoppier because the hops were preserving the beer.
And that's where we get an India Pale Ale.
India Pale Ale,
is
yeah.
where it came from.
Yep.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, well, so we're gravity feeding this water. Gravity feeds through the grain to rinse all that sugar off.
Right.
So that we have more sugar in our wort to convert it over to alcohol eventually.
And then the waste product of this could be turned into flour.
Yeah, so then this waste, when we go to grain out here, we'll see it. This grain actually goes to ranchers. And what they do is they dry it and then they feed it to their cows. So whatever, like Russian Imperial Stout or barley wine or whatever, we just want a gold medal for our barley wine that was aged in a Russell barrel.
Okay.
So whatever beers we want, we just throw in these guys. So these two are port, those two are rum finished ryes. We've got some bourbons down here. We have a special one for the One Goat Foundation with Pappy that we brewed a special beer for. Now we go to the foundation.
You would fill one of those with beer, let it sit in there for a while, and then keg that.
Yep, and then take it out of here and put it in kegs.
So you would only have a limited supply using one of these.
53 gallons.
Okay. Cool.
So now we're just waiting for us to come up to boil. Once we get up to boil, then we'll start adding our hops in here and we'll get it going.
And we're gonna add the hops directly to this.
Yep.
These are pelletized hops, so instead of being the big flour, instead of being the big poofy flour you're expecting, it's pelletized like this. And it smells exactly what you think it'd smell like.
Yep.
It smells
So
fantastic.
yeah, we've got CTZ and Mosaic going in this beer today.
I don't even know what that means, but it's gonna be epic. And how long does this boil for?
We'll boil for 90 minutes.
And then we'll transfer it to, I love that we're sharing like this
Yeah,
little.
yeah, it's our little thing. Once we're done boiling, we'll transfer it to fermenter.
And then it sits in the fermenter for how long?
About 2 weeks.
2 weeks in the fermenter.
So once we get it over to the fermenter, we're going to go ahead and throw yeast on it. I'll have you add the yeast to it.
Perfect.
Yeah. So,
And then we'll come back in 2 weeks.
yeah, and then we'll be ready to drink.
And it'll be ready to try, and then we'll name it.
Yeah, then we're going to name it.
And
Yeah.
we'll make a label for it.
That's it.
And then it'll be ready to go.
Cool.
Cheers, Dave.
Cheers, brother.
I appreciate this.
Yeah, this is
That's
awesome.
awesome.
Now we got to mash out. Time to work.
Time to work. We're mashing out. We'll film that actually right now. So this is called the mash out. We're gonna take all the mash out of here and load it into this container. This will be fed to beef cattle. There's really no waste on this mash. So that's all the, not wasted, what's the proper term for this?
Spent grain.
What?
Spent grain.
Spent grain, sorry I didn't.
Yeah, so we basically, all we did is we took all the starch, converted it to sugar, and pulled all the sugar out of that grain.
And that made our wort.
That made our wort.
And it's kind of cool, you can see like levels almost, it looks like. You can almost see.
Yeah, we got some rice hulls in here for filter bed. And we've got our grain, and we've got some of that flaked wheat that we saw earlier.
Awesome.
So, yeah, you can try it if you want. Not much sugar left in it.
No, it just tastes kind of, it just tastes
Wet
like,
grain.
you know what, it tastes exactly like what it looks like.
Yeah, wet
It just,
grain.
yeah. This is the spent grain. We made the wort out of this. Pulled all the sugars and everything out of here.
This, I'm gonna measure how much sugar we got out.
Okay, does that help us with the alcohol content?
Yep, this is where we measure it. Potential,
Successful.
yeah, potential alcohol.
And successful.
Yep.
So is that a good number, the 13?
Well, we're at 14.3 and we were shooting for 14.1, so we're right on target.
14.3, we were shooting for 14.1. Dave says we're right on target. These are Whirlpool hops. These are gonna add a lot of the flavors that we're trying to get out of this IPA. 3 pounds of this.
Mosaic.
Mosaic, it smells incredible. We'll stop the Whirlpool after this, after about 20 minutes, let it rest, and we're gonna transfer it to the fermenter.
Yeah.
Yeast going in. All right, so we got the yeast added. We're about to start the 2-week fermentation process. So in about a week, we're gonna start testing and trying our brew. It's gonna take a full 2 weeks though to finally ferment. We're about to have brewer's tea. I don't even know if I can show this on film.
Cheers, guys.
Hey,
Cheers.
First time with brewer's tea. Cheers, Dave, thank you for
I
this.
don't think I've ever had warm.
Cheers, everybody.
So that's all that starch that we converted into sugar. That's where all that sugar comes from.
That is delicious.
The starches that turned into sugar, we made a tea out of. And we're gonna call it brewer's tea.
Yes.
And it's delicious. It's like nothing I've ever had.
So good.
What's up, Mommy?
We're gonna have one more beer before we take an Uber home.
Cheers, man.
Dave, thank you. Cheers. And that wraps up day 1. We're making our own beer with Launch Pad Brewery in Aurora, Colorado. Drive safe, friends. All right, it's been about 2 months and the beer is done. It's currently tapped right now and it is amazing. So we ended up naming the beer Tropical Heat Rays. Really light West Coast style IPA with a mango chili hint, and it gets a little bit of burn in the back of your throat. It's amazing. And there we go, it's finished. Tropical Heat Rays, West Coast mango style IPA with a little bit of a chili kick. It is so good. Consider a sub. I make stuff like this all the time.